Hey everybody, it's me, Angel Benton. I'm still here in Washington, D.C. for the grand opening of the MGM National Harbor. Last night was the opening night and it was crazy. There was a lot that happened. I can't really go into too much about that because I don't really like to talk that much in detail about my work. Um, but I'll probably be talking about that when I write my own book. When I write my memoirs, we can chat about that. But it's really, I mean, it was easy, really great. Our products did not have any issues at all. So uh, it was wonderful. Anyways, so today I'm gonna do a Sudsy recap about Below Deck because they just had the finale of Below Deck. It was a little strange, but okay, so this is basically what happened in the finale. First of all, I want to give Kate mad props because, you know, when Kate basically knew that Nico and Lauren were mad dogging her this whole season, and she decided to bring it up to them on the last day. She's like, look, I don't appreciate it because I would never sell, because she knows that they were super salty about her, and they thought that she had told Captain Lee that they had broken the main guest bathroom or whatever, right? So first of all, so then Kate is like, I just want you to know I would never do that. So FYI, I don't know why you think that, I would do something like that, but I would never do something like that. Just, and I want to give Lauren credit because Lauren actually apologized to Kate and was like, you know what, I'm sorry. So that was really cool. Nico, on the other hand, did not. Nico just was like, because she was like, look, let me say what I want to say and then you can talk, because he kept trying to interrupt her. And she was like, I don't mind listening to what you had to say, but you've got to let me have my piece first and then you can speak. But of course, he wasn't interested in any of that at all. He was like, okay, that's fine. That's great. Is this done? Great. You know, I mean, and you know who that reminded me of? Trevor, the previous senior deckhand. That sounded like something that he would say, right? So I was a little bit disappointed. That was a little disappointing to me personally. I thought it was a little strange. Okay, so then Ben has this, because Emily's feeling a little bit insecure about their relationships, and because she doesn't know where Ben stands with Kate, because when they get along great, and when they fight like cats and dogs, right? So basically, what had happened was she had this long talk with Ben, and she's like, "Look, I don't understand why." One minute you're slagging her off, and then the next minute you're friends. Whatever it is, like, it's difficult for me to you know follow because it's very inconsistent. And Ben gets drunk, of course, and he's like, oh, you want me to be mean to her? Fine, I'll go be mean to her. So then he goes and he's mean to Kate. He's like, you know yeah, I don't like working with you. And she's like, okay, well, I don't like working with you either. And he's like, we can be friends, but I can't work with you anymore. She's like, okay, all right. So then she left, whatever. Like, it was just so random because he was like going out of his way to kind of like be mean to her. And then this is the weird part. This is like this whole finale was just so strange. The weird part was that the next day, when they were leaving the boat, he wanted to apologize. And Kate was basically like, look, at this point, I don't, I accepted the apology, but I just don't think that our friendship will ever be the same. So that was kind of weird because it was like the demise of Ben and Kate's friendship, which was very strange. So hopefully they've been able to work it out since then, and they've been able to, that they're able to still be friends because that's really unfortunate that they weren't able to do that. Um, and Sierra, oh Sierra, bless. She was real salty at Kate too. And this is what I don't understand about Kate. I love Kate because Kate gives the ultimate in customer service. She always makes sure that her guests are well taken care of. And that, as a customer, I appreciate that a lot. She realizes I'm in a service industry. I need to give good customer service. Like, I totally get her 100%. Sierra, though, not quite so much. Sierra was like, and the way and I love that Kate was calling her out on it too. Because Sierra she got her crazy big old eyes and like, yeah, okay, that's great, it's wonderful. Like, she was being very sarcastic, and Kate was like picking up on it. She's not an idiot. She's like, I'm sensing a lot of tension from you. What is that about? She's like, no, there's no tension at all. And that's another thing that pisses me off. If you have an issue with someone, you need to bring it up. Mention it. Say, you know what? I don't like the way you did that. Or I don't like the way. I mean, unless there are some other circumstances, if she didn't want to bring it up to Kate because Kate was her boss, I mean, I can understand that. But on the other hand, then she should have mentioned it to somebody else, like Ben or Kelly or Captain Lee, and said, I'm having issues with my boss and I don't feel comfortable talking to her about them. That's what she should have done, right? Instead of this whole passive aggressive, sarcastic, yeah, that's great. Yeah, sure. Wonderful. Yeah. She was like, Kate was like, whatever. She's like, whatever. We got one more day together. Okay, it's fine. Great. You know. So I appreciate her commitment to customer service. Okay, so then the last thing is Kyle. Okay, my buddy Kyle, he decided that he was going to propose to his girlfriend Ashley. Okay, well, at the very end of the night, well, he didn't have a ring, but he offered Kate $1,000 to buy her ring. And Kate was like, this is a $2,000 ring. And he's like, I'll give you $1,000 for it. And she's like, sold. So he proposed to Ashley and she said yes. And that was actually a very sweet and touching moment on the show. And he paid Kate the next day. He paid her for the ring, so I'm just and then the show just kind of ended. Like, everyone left the boat and they all went their separate ways, and that was it. Like, it was very strange. And I can see that Captain Lee is like, I've got a lot I need to say, so I hope there's a reunion. And I hope there is too. I'm not seeing one. I hope there is, whether it's on an actual show, or if it's on Watch What Happens Live, or if it's on the internet somewhere. I hope there is a reunion, because Captain Lee is like, I've got a lot I want to say, and I want to give him the opportunity to say it. I think he's earned that much at least, right? And then they can mention anything that, like, Kate can see how Nico's been slagging her off this whole season, and she can be like, what's up with that? What did I do to deserve that? So, and then we can, have Sierra and be like, girl, what's going on? And I say you bring Trevor back and make him answer for, all the things that he did too. I mean, like, or at least, we can see. I really hope that they do a reunion. So whether or not there's a Below Deck episode of Angel Sudsy recap next week, that will all depend on this whole reunion situation. If there's a reunion, even if it's on Watch What Happens Live, I will do one more Below Deck episode. Or even a lost footage episode if they air one of those. I don't think they do, though, because they've never done that with Below Deck before. But you never know. And I love how they always try to pawn off these ski programs, whether it's Après Ski or Timber Creek Lodge, as being like the land-based Below Deck. They're nothing like Below Deck. First of all, they're all Canadian, which is like, just the Canadian mindset is completely different from America. And second of all, they're never that interesting. I mean, this Joey Gibbons, this guy that is the creator of both the Après Ski Resort and Timber Creek Lodge, I mean, I don't know, he's just, I don't know, boring. I'm watching that show too, but I'm not doing a recap special for that show. I'm sorry. I'm doing Housewives of Beverly Hills instead because of all of the soap connections, because this is a soap show. Anyways, I want to say thank you all so much for logging on today, and thank you so much for watching this season of Below Deck. If you still want to chat about it, you can hashtag Below Deck, and after that, you can follow me at Angel Benton on Twitter, and you can also hashtag RHOBH, talk about Housewives of Beverly Hills, and you can do hashtag days because tomorrow I'm going to be doing Days of Our Lives. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Peace out. Have a wonderful night. Wubba, wubba, wubba.